gonna start this. My name is Babe Rogers. Why am I doing my spread open butthole is on the internet? Like, is that not enough fucking attention for me? Clearly not. Here we are. Hello. My name is Babe Rogers. That is not my name, but it is on the internet, which is where I matter. I make Twitter porn, I guess. Like, I don't know if that makes me like a porn star, but like, I definitely do like make pornography and put it on Twitter, and then people pay to see it. So like, I don't know what that makes me, if it makes me anything at all. I have been at it for a little over a year, and I have amassed, frankly, like a bonkers following. Like, I have, in a little over a year, like I said, gained 50,000 followers, which I'm sure to some people doesn't sound like a crazy amount. It certainly doesn't sound like enough to warrant me making a video about it. But and the small microcosm that is like gay porn amateur Twitter, it's a fuck ton. Like, it scares me, to be frank and honest, which is what we're being here. But yeah, that's a lot. And it was a lot of luck, but it was not fully by accident. Because of that success, a lot of people tend to ask me for my advice. And especially, I don't know when you're watching this, but currently we are in quarantine. I figured, why not share my tips and tricks now? Though they're not really tips and tricks. I'll explain. So first, I gotta issue a couple disclaimers. The first of which is that the reason that this video is not titled like how to get rich quick on Just for Fans is that I am not a top content creator on Just for Fans, which is the porn firewall site via Twitter that I use to post my full content, which is why I am making this Twitter centric. I have found my success on Twitter, in building a big old following and becoming a porn thing there. So I'm gonna do my best to just focus on that. I have opinions on OnlyFans and Just for Fans, but they are a little out of the scope of what I'm going for here. The other disclaimer is that I, if you hadn't noticed, am a cisgender, upper middle class white boy that is sort of skinny. I mean, I'm whatever I am. I have my angles, but that's not the point. The point is that my context and my consequences are going to be very different than a lot of people's. So rather than me just be like, you should do this and not this, because that's going to vary per person and what the correct thing to do is, I'm just going to sort of recap the kind of like things that I did, and that looking back, I think were definitely the right decisions. And you can emulate that if you want. You can glean from that what you want, or you can call me ugly. Like, just lay it on me. So I know I literally just said I wasn't gonna just give you point blank advice, but I'm gonna do that really quick. There are two tenets, I guess I'll say, two questions that you can keep asking yourself, two goals that you can have, two fucking tent poles, whatever, that I revisit all the time, that I really started out and I thought these consciously. But the first of which is that genuineness needs to be above all else. Hoping you'll join me in this adventure that I'm on, but we make amateur porn. We are not a studio artist. We don't have clearly we don't have good lighting. We don't have 6 camera angles. We don't have editors. We don't have an advertising team. We don't have name brand recognition. We have ourselves. That's what we bring to the table. That's why people want to watch amateur porn anyways. There's of course the voyeur element to it, but people also, especially in our case where it's literally us being like, look at this. People want to relate to us personally, and people want to invest in us. Even if we aren't telling a story, people still want to care, because we are actual people. We are not I was gonna say meat puppets, but you know what I mean. We are not the chiseled, out of reach gods that are in studio porn most of the time. And I know for a fact that it's a big part of what people like to watch about me is that my porn is crazy and I say crazy things, but it is always genuine, and it absolutely is. The other thing is when you go into this, really try to put yourself in your audience's shoes. In my case, I'm a young millennial. When I was coming up, all porn was at my fingertips, and it was also free. So it was a bit of a a leap for me to really convince myself to charge people for what I was making. I really had to look inward, I guess, and ask myself, what would I pay to actually watch porn? Like, what is the price point at which I would pay to see all of something? And that's kind of my like overarching like goal, I guess, my point at which when I make something, I ask myself, would I pay to watch this? That's something I kind of try to live by or whatever. So, let's get into it. I could wax romantic about this for literal days, probably, but I decided to narrow this down to like 3 like conscious choices that I made that you could make too if you wanted to in making porn. And they are, number 1 is I showed my face. I know it seems obvious, but there's a lot of detail that I want to go into on that. Number 2 is that I sort of branded myself. I made a niche for myself. And number 3 is that my content I always made sure was shareable on some level. Now let me extrapolate or whatever. So number 1 is that I showed my face. And like I said, that might seem super obvious, but I know for a fact that it makes a humongous difference, because when I started, I wasn't showing my face. Though I wasn't really making porn, I was just kind of, I had an alt, sort of. I would post like my my like profile picture was like, you know, like a neck down picture of me and like Jackster rap. I would post the occasional video of me getting fucked without face, and like I would retweet porn or whatever. I essentially treated it like Tumblr. But it's a long story as to why, but I ended up taking a video that I posted without face in it and reposting it with face. And when I did that, like I posted it at night and I woke up the next day with like 1,000 followers. Showing your face makes a humongous difference. 1, because your face is yours. Not everyone has your face. So like, I can't go to Pornhub and find your face unless you put it there. It is an automatic key to being unique. People want to relate to you, and your face makes it a lot easier, and it also makes it a lot easier to invest in you as a person. Number 2 is that I didn't do this on purpose at the time, but I branded myself as something specific, which is like, in my case, I am like gangbang daddy's boy, which is fine, and I'm really happy with that, because that's the porn I like to make, and that's the sex I like to have. When I went into this, I'll be honest, I was already having pretty exciting, like, kinky sex. And so I was just like, we're just gonna turn the camera on. We're not gonna do anything extra. We're not gonna push ourselves out of our comfort zone necessarily right away, at least, because I want this to be fun for me. I have a passion for it, and I want to keep that passion. By just filming the sex that I was already having, which was predominantly with older men and predominantly in a group setting, and predominantly very roleplay dominant. If you've seen my porn, you know what I'm talking about. I sort of branded myself as that. I became known, but like, that's what my content was, and people know me as that now. They know me as a daddy's boy. They know that when they follow me and when they subscribe to me, that's what they're gonna get, is that content, and there's comfort in that, and knowing what you're gonna get. Moreover, I think I found this lovely intersection between what I enjoy and what I do best. And when you find that, and this is kind of just good life advice, when you can find that, it always is fun. And it shows if you are not having fun in your content. Like, we all have seen that porn where someone's like, yeah, great. And it's very clear that guy just like clocked in, you know what I mean? You don't want to be that guy. Number 3 is shareable content. And this is like the linchpin. Like, this is the thing that I know really kind of like put me over some proverbial edge. And also, it blows my mind that people aren't already doing this, but you want to make sure that you give the people something to share. My content on paper is not shareable. Like I said, when I set out to do this, I thought to myself, what would I pay for? And it's not like a 2-minute video of me jerking off. There are people that can really work that and get people going off of that, but I do not have a big dick, nor do I have a great body, so I couldn't bank on that. So my porn is porn. It is 15 plus minutes of me just getting railed, okay? And that amount of time is not shareable on Twitter. So I did this from the beginning because it seems so obvious to me again, but I went into my long videos and I pulled out the best like minute and a half, or if not the best, the most like sound bitey, the one that's like fucking insane. Like my pinned tweet, if you go and look at me, which be forewarned, is a lot. My pinned tweet is me looking dead into the camera and saying, "Fuck my fucking cunt, daddy." The reason that this is so important is that Twitter is a sharing platform. When you like something, you like it, but the other option is to retweet it. And that is saying, hey, everybody, look at this. That's what you're doing. The other thing is that when I would post that minute and a half, I wouldn't say like, check out my like OnlyFans, like, ugh. I would say like, this is gonna be so fucking hot. Y'all are not gonna wanna miss this. Like, end of sentence. Like, there was no links. I did use hashtags occasionally, and I still pander to that every once in a while. But the reason that I avoided ads, and I did this on purpose, is that it makes it feel a little businessy, and it makes it feel a little disingenuous to come back around to that. It makes it feel like I'm peddling something rather than just being like, hey, everybody, look at this. And I guess that's it. Oh, okay. This is blatant, like, me telling you what to do, but this is like, it irks me to my core. So I'm gonna say this now, and you are going to listen to it, you little fuck. If you make porn, and it's like a sex video, like people are having sex, please, as a base level, have a static, wide angle, like what this is right now, what I am filming. People wanna see you. People wanna see what's going on. They wanna see everything. And if you can give them a static wide shot, we can see everything. How many times have you been watching a porn and thinking, I'm so glad that I can see a close-up of this penis going in this asshole, but I really wish I could see the faces of any of the people that it's happening to. Again, this is so obvious to me, and it blows my mind that people don't do this. Like, it's in porn. It is the base of porn. This is always in porn unless it is specifically not, like it's a POV video. Okay, that's off my chest. I want to say that I know that a lot of this makes me, and it makes this whole process seem very calculating and manipulative, and it's not. A lot of this stuff I didn't realize was happening until it was happening. I didn't plan a lot of it. Some of the decisions were conscious, but like I didn't fully understand the scope of what I was deciding necessarily. I guess what I want to say is this is fun, and it should be fun, and you don't want it to stress you out. So think about these things, do them if you want to. If doing them, if thinking about them, if trying to force yourself into whatever box I naturally fit in stresses you out and sucks the passion out of making pornography, then don't do it and ignore me and call me ugly, and I'll take that happily. So, there. I don't know how to close this. Should I like say something like fuck away, or like, I don't know. I don't do this.